Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the Road Builder YouTube channel. Today, we're in Photoshop, which is not normal for this channel, but I need to make UI for my next Roblox game, the UFO one that I've been working on, and I kind of put on hold, but I really need some UI, and I recently got scammed 50k Robux, and yeah, I don't want to pay another person for UI. I just feel like it's a downward spiral each time. So, I have a full list of everything I need, as well as game passes and everything like that. I will be paying somebody later on to draw the vectors for it, because I have no idea how to do that. But first things first, we have our HUD buttons, inventory, profile, index, shop, crafting, egg preview frame, beam preview shop, and teleport. So that's like 9 frames, 8 or 9 frames. So we're gonna have 8 or 9 groups. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll make this one HUD buttons, and I'll label the rest as well. Alright, so I've got all the folders made, and I'm only going to be doing 1 frame today because I want to take my time. I feel like if I go and try to do the whole set, I'm not going to be taking my time and I'm going to rush through it, and that is not good. I will also let you guys know, this is only my second ever time trying to make UI, and the first time was not good enough to use in a game, so I just kind of trashed it and then hired somebody. I'm hoping this is a little different. So I guess to start things off, I'm going to do the teleport UI, and really just hope for the best. I've got so much to learn and so little time, I feel, but let's just go ahead and make something like this. We'll go 650. I'm gonna drag that out to 650 and 140, just like that. Cool. We have our top, and I want my UI to be blue and white, I think. So let's add a color overlay. We're probably gonna do gradients instead of color overlays. And I think I want a nice blue gradient. I'm gonna go from this kind of a blue to a little bit darker of a blue. Maybe like, I don't want it to be like harsh. I want it to be very faint. We'll try something like this, and I'm gonna put this at 0. So it kind of fades off that way. I think that looks all right. It's still a bit harsh for me. So we're just gonna make this a bit lighter. I guess that kind of works. Now I'm gonna go over to here. I do want rounded edges, probably like all the way rounded. So that would be at like, what, 50? We'll put it at 70. All right. So here is like my top piece. Oh gosh, this is gonna take a while. Now what I'm gonna do, let's close this up. I'm gonna duplicate it, Control J, grab the bottom one and move it down a little bit. My dogs are so loud. All right, we'll do something like that. And then I'm gonna color overlay on this to a darker blue, something like this. I think we're gonna have to move it down a little more. All right, I'll go for something like that. Looks pretty good to me. Gonna name those top and bottom just to keep them sort of together. I want to be able to change stuff. Now, of course, we need our text as well. Let's do that next. I think I'll make that a pure white, and I think I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the back here, but with the text. So Control J, grab this back one, and I want to make it the same color as the bottom, I think. Just like this, guys. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's pretty sick. And I'm going to group these together. So let's group those. Call it text. Awesome. And I'm going to group these together as well and call it header. I just want to be able to easily change stuff later on if I need to. Now, to add a little bit of 3D-ness, I think bevel and emboss should do that. I do want everyone watching this to keep in mind I am not a UI designer. And I just am really trying my best to help my team here, okay? So don't hate on me too bad if it's not really the best out here. But I am going to have this bevel and emboss. And I think I want to grab, let's do this, this tool here and just drag it through the center. So something like this. And I'm going to layer via copy this top piece. And I'm trying to get a little, you see this line here? I want that, but I don't want it like that harsh. So I'm thinking we need to do maybe a color overlay. We can have this as a normal blue and tone that back just a hair. Maybe something like that. I think that looks all right. It just adds like another layer to it, you know? So I think that actually looks pretty okay. And I'm going to keep it like that. Now we're going to find some PNG type things we can use as sort of sparkles. Once again, I don't make vectors, so I'm not exactly sure how to do that. I'm going to Google Images. All right, fellas and fellettes, I have found some sparkles. I wanted to try a couple different things. I had this one, which is the one I usually use in my thumbnails, but it just doesn't really fit the aesthetic that I want to go for. So I found these bad boys, and I think I'll just kind of cut that out. Eraser, something like that, guys, and then add a color overlay to make those white. Blending options, go color overlay, make these white. There we go. And maybe a slight stroke on them that's blue? Not exactly sure. No, we're not gonna do the stroke. Okay, I'm going gradient. I changed my mind. It's gonna be white, but I think just like a tiny gradient. Barely noticeable, but I'll know it's there, okay? I'll know it's there, guys. Make this back to 90. There we go. And now I can just kind of add this where I think it should go. I want one on this side, and of course, one on the other side as well. Maybe turn them a little bit, just for a little more flair in character. Awesome. Convert to smart object, and I'm going to name it Sparkle, which I don't think I spelled right, but hey, it is what it is. So now that we have this stuff done, let me, oh, I guess that has to kind of stay on top. Now we're going to add a new layer, which will go on the bottom, and this will be the actual frame where it lists the spots you can go to. Let me try to get that one figured out. All right, so I think I'm on a good page so far here with what I got going on. I am going to duplicate this guy right here, Control J. Then I'm going to convert this to a smart object and add a stroke to it. So let's go stroke, and the color of this stroke, I think I want more towards this lighter kind of shade. Maybe the middle? We'll go somewhere around here for now. And I'm going to put this at like 9. Yeah, sure, why not? So we have this guy. I'm gonna duplicate it again, Control T. I'm gonna drop this down a little, bring this up a little bit, and there we go. That has us a decent little frame, and this stroke, I'm gonna make a little bit smaller. So it's at 9, let's move it to like maybe 6, maybe 5? I think 6 looked good. So 6 for the inside, 9 for the outside, and that's giving us a little bit of, I don't really know what to call it, but a little bit of dynamic something, okay? I think it looks sick. Color overlay, I'm gonna darken this a little bit so it looks like a punched in frame. You see what I got going on right there, guys? We could also add an inner shadow, which would also help, but I don't know if it's overly too important. Like, I wanted to have that clean look, you know? So I don't know if the shadow's too important, but I'll leave it on there for now, at the very least. So there we go. Now what? Now we need the actual parts that say the map name and probably a little scroll bar. So let's do inner frame and outer frame. All right, fellas, it's scroll bar time. So to do that, I'm just gonna kind of send it with this guy and move him over to here. Yeah, that should do it. And then I want to make this like a grayish color, kind of washed out. So like down here. Maybe a little higher. I don't want it to be like gone, you know. I still want like a fun vibe. I think this should be pretty good. And then I'm gonna shrink it just a little so it's not as long. There we go. I think this is looking sick. Actually sick. All right. All that's left to do is get the actual buttons that go inside here that says, hey, my guy, you know, teleport to this map. So to make those, we're doing the same process. Let's go something like this, I guess, and center it right in here. If it'll catch the center. There we go. All right, so we'll say something like that. Now we have a 50-degree turn on the outside and a 70-degree on the top. So I think 50 should be good if we kind of just keep that. Let me do that and see. No, we should probably tone that down more. 40, maybe 30. I think 30 looks pretty all right. What do you guys think? All right, I'll read the comments about it. Now this little sparkle up here does need to go up. And I already, oh gosh, because you can't really see it. So let me just grab this layer via cut. I can't, cool. So let's just move that out of the way for now. Delete the first set right here. And then move our top set back kind of where we want it. Maybe like right there. Because I don't want them to be like exactly even on both sides. I want it to have some character, you know? Ooh, I'm still gonna need an exit button as well. We'll try that. All right, I'm gonna call this TP button. There we go, let me change that. And let's get our colors sort of worked out for this. So I'm thinking I kind of want to keep it gradient. And I really should have kept that blue gradient that I was using from before. But I think I can get a little lucky here and a little cheeky, as they say. I don't think I want it to go that dark. I guess we can try something like this. I'll add a stroke to it. And I want that like the darker blue color. I guess like this. And then I'm going to duplicate those with Control J. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I guess. We'll try that. And then I want to turn off the stroke and probably just make this a color overlay. Color overlay. Go under. Maybe we should do like a lighter color on this one. Kind of whitewash it a little. Like that. And let me bring that down some more. So something like that, guys. So let me grab these. All right. And this is how it would look. I do think I want to add an outer glow. Just a small one. Yeah, perfect. No, I'm kidding. So for size, something like this. Just a little bit of a glow, you know? Don't need a harsh spread. I just want a little bit to kind of say, hey, look at me. I'm chilling. So I think that'll work. And we can convert these to smart objects. Now, guys, I think the teleport frame is done. I have to ask the scripter, you know, like, hey, how do I set this up? How do I send it to you for it to work in the game? Because I don't want to, like, make any work harder on him by any means. I just think this is actually pretty sick. I do want to give these a little bit more space. 15 looks to be perfect. There we go, guys. So this is my first ever actual attempt at some Roblox UI. Please let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. And if you want this to be a series where I make all the frames, let me know in the comments as well. I'm not sure if it will or won't be, but I'm down if you guys want it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.